Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about exceptions in C Sharp and how to handle exceptions. Exception is one of the important concepts in C Sharp. So basically, to handle your code in a good way and to capture any error, any kind of exception, then we have to use some kind of mechanism so that we reach at the exact line, exact function, exact class from where we get the exception, whether it is a development environment, it is a production environment. So you have to handle the exceptions either globally or um, through each function level inside your application. No exceptions, as I said, in C Sharp basically are runtime errors that interrupt the normal flow of your program. So they are objects that represent an error or unexpected behavior during the execution of the program. Okay. Now there are many exception types in the C sharp. Now let me show you some common exception types that mostly occur like uh, for example uh, for example system dot exception, right? And then we may have mm, system dot null uh, reference. Sorry guys if the spelling is not correct, you can google it. Okay. No, we have also like system dot I think index out of range. Yes, exception. And then we have like exception uh, divide by 0, for example. Yes, system dot divide by 0 exception. Okay. Now we have lots of exception types inside the C sharp. Now, how to handle the exceptions? Okay. In C sharp, basically exceptions are handled using the try catch block, or sometimes we also use the try catch and finally block, and then we throw the exception using the throw keyword. Now let me show you some basic example. What is the syntax? How we can I mean handle the exception inside the C sharp. Now we have the try keyword, and then inside this block, inside the try block, we are writing our code or basic code. Okay, and then here we use the catch keyword to capture any exception. Now here inside the parameter, we type here the exception type, you can say, and mostly it's like exception class in the object. And then uh, let's me let's me also give you the block of the exception. Sorry guys, Control Z. Uh, okay, and here we handle the exception. If you want to log the exception to a text file, if you want to log the exception to your database runtime exception table, or if you want to do some other type of logic, then you can handle the exception inside this block. And then uh, sometimes we use the finally block. Okay, and this block we are using if you want, if any type of error is occurred, then this finally block will be executed. Whether the error is occurred inside the try block, the code, and whether the error not occurred, this finally block will be executed at any cost. So it is basically mm, the syntax of how we can handle the exception. So we write here code, okay, we handle here exception, and we basically uh, it is basically uh, code that always run, okay, regardless exception uh, occurred or not, okay. Now let's me show you an example. uh, I will show you some code, and then I will show you how we can handle the exception. Now here I have to write the code. Let's me define here a variable numerator is equal to 10, okay, and then let's me define here another variable denominator, and its value, for example, is equal to 0, okay, and then I will uh, capture the result inside the result variable, and I will divide the numerator by denominator, okay. Now what do you think, guys? The numerator value is 10 and the derivative is 0. If I divide 10 by 0, then the exception, this divide by 0 exception should be occur. Now I will put also here a debugger so that we can see what kind of exception occur. Now let's me run the program first, and then I will capture here the exception, and for the time I will just print the error to the console, okay. Now inside the ex this object I have basically the message. I will also show you the message once the program executed, okay. Now let's me run the code. I am forcefully throwing here the error, okay. I know that I can't divide by 0. That is why the exception will be occurred and error will be occurred, and I want to show you how to handle these exception, okay. Now by running this line, the execution will come inside the catch block, okay. Let me also put here a debugger, because as I told you that this block will always be executed whether exception occur or not. Now step next, you can see that the system dot divide by 0 exception, this exception occurred, attempt to divide by 0. Let's me step over, and now inside the ex object there are lots of things about the exception. If I quick watch, you can see that we have the message attempt to divide by 0, and we have the source, the stack track. If I further show you the stack trace, you can see add program main string the complete file path, and here you can see the class name at line number 21, okay. Now I have the complete exception information here inside the cage block, and now I can just show you the message to the console. I can also insert these exception message to my database error handling table, and then I can also log these exception to any text file, and I can also show you this exception to the user interface, okay. Now let's me print these exception message inside the console, especially staking. Okay. Step next. Okay. Attempt to divide by 0. The exception is printed to the console, and now the execution will come inside the finally block. Okay, you can see. Now let's me continue the program. Now I can also here give the class name for the, if you know that only the divide by 0 exception will occur inside this code, then you can give here the class name also, uh, divide by 0 exception, okay. But it will give you the same message when you run the program, but I will suggest you to use the globally exception class, this one. Okay. No, no, this exception was thrown because the program detected that we are dividing 10 by 0. Now, sometime, for example, you want to throw the exception forcefully, then you can also throw exception manually or forcefully using the throw keyword inside the C sharp. Now, let me show you here the example. Let me remove this code, okay? And here I will write a very simple code like, for example, int age is equal to, for example, minus 20. You know that age is not in minus. Now here I will throw the exception forcefully. For example, if age is less than 0, so if age is 0, then I want to throw some type of exception. I have to use the throw keyword as I said, and then new, and then for example, I can also use the exception class, but I will use uh, the special exception argument out of range exception. Okay, like in this way, and I can also give here some message like in this way. For example, age cannot be negative, right? Now let's me run the code so that we can see the output. Age, you can see that the exception is occur specify argument was out of range of valid values. Okay, parameters age cannot be negative. Now we can forcefully, or you can say manually, throw the exception. Now let's me enclose this block inside the try catch. Remove this one. Okay, and then I have to give here the catch block of the try, and I will give here the exception class. Sorry guys, exception ex, and I will print the exception to the console. I print the message. Okay, now let's me run this code again. You can see that I throw forcefully the exception, and no, I capture it inside the exception block. Okay, console.writeLine. Let's see the output inside the console. Specified argument was out of the range of valid values. Parameter age cannot be negative. Okay. Now we can, I mean, handle exceptions in different way. There are lots of helpful classes, lots of flexibility to handle the exception in C sharp. We can we can throw the exception manually like in this way. Exception in C sharp, help to manage runtime errors and ensure your program can handle unexpected situation gracefully. So thanks for watching this video about the exceptions in C sharp programming language. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. We'll meet you with a new topic of this video series about C# programming language. Thank you.